Okay. Hare Krishna, everyone. Welcome to Bhagavad Gita, 18 days. We will be starting chapter 16. We will try to complete till chapter 17 also, because both are small chapters. We'll go a bit fast today. Hare Krishna, everyone. Okay. Keval Amalo Visit to Shri Radha Govinda, Shri Radha Govinda ki Jai. Start with the Mangalashan. Om Jnana Timrandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yen Tasmai Shri Guruve Namah. नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमति भक्तिवेदांत स्वामिनिति नामिने नमस्ते सरस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषाय शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्ता वृंदा हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे. All glories to our founder Acharya, His Divine Grace, Sri Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada, His Holiness Jayapataka Swami Guru Maharaj, and Temple President His Grace Namanista Rashtrakuji. So, today's chapter is Daivasura Sampad Vibhaga Yoga, right? We will learn about, various divine and demoniac natures, right? What kind of demoniac or divine natures one has, right? We will learn about ourselves only. So the 16th chapter, starting from 16 from 16 1 to 3, the Supreme Personality of Godhead said, fearlessness, purification of one's existence, cultivation of spiritual knowledge, charity, right? This all can be, these qualities of the, basically the knowledge being given here can be, basically can be divided into part of for the brahmachari who can follow, one grahastha can follow, one prastha can follow, and the sannyasi can follow, right? Fearlessness, right? Purification of one's existence. There's the brahmacharis, brahmachari ashram is there. And that, purifications of one's existence is going on. Cultivation of spiritual knowledge, brahmachari ashram is going on. Charity, there's a grahastha, grahastha's duty, the charity to be doing. Self-control, living with your wife and, having control, having self-control, that is, for the grahastha. Performance of sacrifice, again, brahmacharya and both, grahastha also. Study of the Vedas, brahmacharya ashram. Austerity, in, vanprastha and sannyasa ashram. Simplicity for all, right? So these are various qualities: non-violence, truthfulness, freedom from anger, renunciation, tranquility, aversion to fault finding, right? One must not be, too much into the fault finding. If if you are going for the going to purchase a mango, suppose, and one shopkeeper is not having that mango, right? You should not go like that, right? Okay, he's not having a mango, right? It is not. So discrimination is should be there, that what one has to, right, one has to purchase, but fault finding in others should not be there, right? Discrimination is, finding a mango is a discrimination from where, but fault finding in anyone else, it should not, one should be aversion to that, right? Fault finding must not be there. Compassion for all living entities, freedom from covetousness, gentleness, modesty, steady determination, vigor, forgiveness, fortitude, cleanliness, and freedom from envy and from the passion of for honor. These transcendent qualities of son of Bharata belong to godly men, right? Endowed with divine nature, right? One who is having divine nature, one who is trying to getting purified, these qualities must be cultivated in, right? If these qualities are not getting there, then our progress is not good, right? So these qualities can be seen, right? You are chanting Hare Krishna, one is reading only scriptures and reading, and but these qualities are not cultivated, then what is the use of the knowledge? Because by the use of the knowledge, these qualities must have, implicated in those human beings. Right, so fearlessness, fearless was Srila Prabhupada, right? Without any fear, he went to, America, 40 rupees in his, with him only, and he went to America, right? Fearlessness. Abhay Charan is his name, right? We say na AC Bhakti Vedanta. So Abhay Charan Das, right? His name is Abhay Charan. So simplicity is non-duplicity, right? Non-duplicity. Be simple, not to behave with the enemy and friends differently. Behave only in one gun, right? Mukunanda, son of Raghunanda, offering laddus to deity, right? We non-duplicity. There is no difference between the deity and the Lord, right? Charity like Bali Maharaj, give everything, right? Self-control, right? Urmila, wife of Lakshman, right? Self-control, right? Right? Non-violence, scorpion, right? Scorpion saving. One should not basically, whatever be the case, right? Non-violence should be practiced. You must, one is, saving organ is like death only, right? One is still, non-violence is practiced there. 16.4. दम्भोदर्प विमनश्च क्रोध परुष्यम एव च अज्ञानम च भीतस्य पार्थ संपदम आशुरिम. Arrogance, pride, anger, conceit, harshness, and ignorance. These qualities belong to those of demonic nature of son of Pratha, right? These are the demonic qualities that we can see in ourselves, right? These are for us only. Arrogance, pride, anger, conceit, harshness, and ignorance, right? These are qualities of demon. He is talking about us only. The demonic nature is asuric, right? No belief or faith in the God, right? Having no belief or faith in the God, scientists having no belief or faith in the God, then it is a demoniac nature only. No belief in existence of whole soul, that is also demonic only, right? Because you are denying the truth. You are having, or you having a fact and you are denying the fact, that is, that is a demoniac quality, right? The things that are existing, that is there, and you are denying the fact, then what is there? That is the demonic quality. Pride, arrogance, anger, harshness, ignorance, right? Desire to be famous, right? Fame, demanding respect from others, do not follow or believe shastras, right? These are demonic qualities, right? So choice is yours. Demon is it the thing, thoughts come up, bad thoughts and good thoughts, right? Yesterday we learned about the bad thoughts and good thoughts. Whom do we cultivate, right? And that is up to us, right? Whom do we cultivate? So in the Satyuga, Satyuga, Varadeva, Hiranyaksha on different planets, right? In the Satyuga, what happened? Hiranyaksha was there, the brother of Hiranyakashipu. He was basically destroyed. Destroyed by the Vara avatar, right? So the Treta Yuga, Ram and Ravana in different country, right? Ram and Ravan in different country, right? They both lived in different country, right? In Treta Yuga, but ultimately, they basically, basically it is being said that what you cultivate and what kind of qualities are you cultivating? Are you cultivating the wrong qualities, the bad qualities, the demonic qualities, or your quality, the divine qualities, right? Pandavas and in the same family, right? In the same family, there is a dispute. They are living, they are seeing Krishna, but Pandavas agreeing to Krishna, they can see the God, personality of God Himself, but on the same time, Kauravas cannot see. So Kali Yuga, divine and demonic qualities in same person, right? So here the basically the differentiation is big. Yeah, earlier countries were different for the divine and demonic qualities. Now the stage has come when in a single person there can be divine and demonic qualities. It is all talking about us only, right? So the for the yugas, different planets in the Satyuga, in the Trika Yuga, these qualities, divine and divine in different countries, in the Dwapar, in the same family, in the Kali Yuga, in the same person, right? Anger, jealousy, greed, lust, etc. Right? But the divine qualities are humility, helping others, tolerance, right? In the same person, you can see both things in the same person. Now the choice is ours, right? 16.5 दैवी संपद विमुक्षाया निबंधश्वरी माता मासुचा संपदम दैवीम अभिजातोसी पांडवा. The transcendental qualities are conducive to liberation, right? What does transcendental qualities happens? By that you achieve liberation, right? Whereas the demonic qualities make for bondage. Where you go to the hell. Do not worry, O son of Pandu, for you are born with the divine qualities, right? It's not for us. For him, Arjuna is being cleared. Krishna is saying you have a divine qualities. But he's saying for us only, right? The Krishna is saying for us that these are the demon qualities. You gauge yourself at what state are you in. One must know that you are in the Kali Yuga. Same things are happening. Good and the bad thoughts are happening in your own. So same person is having both the qualities. Now it's your choice which one you need to cultivate, which one you need to nurture. 16.6. So, son of Pratha, in this world, there are two kinds of created beings, right? One is called the divine and other the demonic, right? In the same, in the same world. I have already explained to you at the length the divine qualities. Now, hear from me the demonic, right? Main things are being taught now because divine qualities are, very rare. प्रवृत्तिं च निवृत्तिं च जान न विदुर असुरा न शौचम न पिचाचारो न सत्यम तेषु विद्यते. Those who are demonic do not know what is to be done and what is not to be done, right? Neither cleanliness nor proper behavior nor truth is found in them, right? One is drinking alcohol, and he is speaking about the Vedic scriptures that cannot be done, right? Because what philosophy one can tell if he himself is not following it, right? That is a mityachara, that is a pretender, right? So one, doing that cannot be taken here. What philosophy you can say? Because no self-realization is there, right? So it is necessary, right? What is to be, one must know that what is to be done and not know. If he doesn't know, then he is a basically demoniac quality, right? Neither by having cleanliness, right? No saucham, na satyam, nor truth, nor proper behavior, na picharu, chacharu, right? असत्यम अपितिष्ठम ते जगत आहुर अनीश्वरम अपर परस्पर भूतम किम अन्यत् काम हेतुकम. They say that this world is unreal, right? They say that the monist philosophy, or atheists, they say this world is unreal, right? That there is no foundation and there is no God in control. It is produced of sex desire and has no cause other than lust, right? They say that everything is coming from the lust desire only. There is only lust desire, that's why reproduction is there. And through evolution everything is coming. But how can so much evolution has come from a single bang? Because destruction cannot cause something to something to elevate, right? Or something to form, right? Destruction is basically destroying everything, right? It's not like through the destruction anything can be, it is forming, right? For forming from the creation, one can, one, it is difficult. Because a single grain of, a single grain of rice cannot be created by anyone, right? No scientist has been, single grain of rice. Even in the womb, someone has made some, human, through various methods. But the soul, when it comes, its time cannot be, taken, that when has the soul entered, because the heart is already made in the womb, right? How the heart starts? Who is giving the electricity to it, right? No one is giving electricity to it. No wires are attached, right? Only the foot pipes are attached. So only, so it is only the heart is there, right? Who starts the heart? Because when it stops, then one is going to the like giving the electric shock just to pump it, right? Just to start the process of heart. But when it enters, no one knows, because the soul, when enters, then only the heart starts. The soul enters, the soul must be there in the dead living matter, then the heart starts. When the heart starts, then the body starts growing, in the 6 stages, and ultimately to death. So there is no God, they are saying that there is no God, no one directs the universe. Say celebrated physicist Stephen Hawking in his final book, Brief Answers to Big Questions. Right? His book also covers important existential questions such as creation of the universe, alien intelligence, space colonization, and artificial intelligence. Right? They are like, these kind of scientists are saying like this, right? So Darwin, Muller, these all, because these are all theory, right? You can see it, these are all theory. There no one that fact is there. Following such conclusions, the demoniac, who are lost to themselves and who have no intelligence, engage in unbeneficial, horrible works meant to destroy the world, right? They will discover one day atom bomb, they will discover something like that, right? Always they are, discovering something that is, basically meant to destroy the world. That is not a sign of intelligence, right? The demonic taking shelter of insatiable lust, pride, and false prestige, and being thus illusioned, are always sworn to unclean work, attracted by the impermanent. Right? They are all what in the minds will go the unclean world. Right? What are the unclean world? The four regulative principles. Not following the four regulative principles. Illicit relationship having doing gambling, yeah, doing intoxication, doing meat eating. Right? They believe that to gratify the senses onto the end of the life is the primary necessity of human civilization. Then I asked just one question. Then how does doctor, if that is the primary, the primary thing, then how does doctor in the at the old age, how he recommends that stop meat eating, because it is destroying your digestive system, because the fire, who the maintainer, or who is basically doing at it is for a limited time. This body one is getting for the energy, whatever that is, for which it is for a limited time. You have been given the chance, a gold brick is given for a limited time, because you have some karmic actions. Due to this karmic action, there is some reactions of your body, so accordingly you have got this material body. But are you ever satisfied? A gambler is ever satisfied? In relationship or illicit relationship, is he ever satisfied? Is does by meat eating is ever he is satisfied? Intoxication, is someone is ever satisfied? No, no one is satisfied, right? And that is also a limited thing. So, but in the chanting, you will never say, after some time, that after 2 years of chanting, 1 years of chanting, even 1 month or 1 week or one day of chanting, you will say, oh, I did that, it was, I regret that chanting of Hare Krishna mantra. You will never say it. You will never say, because your soul loves it. He knows because spiritual beings know And that is, but you are conditioned. That's why you have stopped chanting. You have stopped, saying the glories of the Lord. We have stopped basically, right? So thus there is no end to their anxiety. Being bound by hundreds and thousands of desires, by lust and anger, they secure money by illegal means for sense gratification, right? So many politicians are there, right? All of them are only behind the money and the power, right? All of them are, basically they are basically the money and the power. Their life is no longer right. Srila Prabhupada used to tell that one should retire at the age of 50 at max, to cultivate something, at max 55. But at the age of 50 one must retire, and start, heavy spiritual activities must be started, or at least, at your last 10 20 years heavy spiritual activities must be there, so that one can realize, self reflection must be there, right? But we are so conditioned, even at the 50 one do not retire, and go keeps on going and going, right. You can see the best examples, around you only. All the politicians, only behind the money and the power, because there is huge desire, huge lust, and huge anger is there, right? Just illegal means they are just trying to sense expectation. You will eat only two rotis, right? Whatever you do, you will eat only two rotis in the, in the morning, in the evening. Do that much only, right? Nothing more you can do about it. But still, right? It is the case, right? So the demonic person thinks, so much wealth do I have today, and I will gain more according to my schemes, right? You make huge bungalow, you make huge palace, but for how many years you will live, you also don't know. You also don't know how many years, there was this officer, with us, basically, recently he passed away. He was, he just retired, 2 months back, he just retired. He made a huge, huge bungalow in the place in the city where I stay. And, he made a huge bungalow, and, he retired. And, at the, after just, he was about to retire about 4 or 5 days, 4 or 5 days was left. He was by then living in the, the official quarters only. Then he made that, but 4 or 5 days onto the retire, he just died, right? He just died out of heart attack. So was the use? What was the use of that, right? But if he, if one could have chanted Hare Krishna Maha Mantra, right, or one could have, gone through the, self-flation process, Hare Nam Kevalam, gone into the process of Hare Nam, right, then, that would be have been beneficial, right? So it is up to us what we need to nurture, right? We need to nurture huge house, which is temporary, or to the soul, we need to nurture the soul to realize the Bhagwan, so that we, to have eternal, eternal happiness. What we need to do, right? It is said that, just because Prahlad Maharaj did bhakti, his 21st generations before and 21 generation after were all liberated, all were liberated. So that is the effect of bhakti. Not only you, everyone else in your family, will be liberated, right? Right, like, even the Putna what was done, she was actually the sister of, Bali Maharaj, right? She, when Vaman avatar came, first she said, okay, such a sweet boy has come, I want to just give him, I want to just feed him, breastfeed him the milk, right? And, when he tried, and when Vaman avatar tried to kill the Bali Maharaj, then he said, I want to kill this boy because he is killing my brother. In the next life, she was born as Rakshasa, right? Because she had two desire to feed Krishna, so she went for feeding, milk to Krishna. And, at the same time, she had another desire to kill him also. So at the both, both emotions were, were granted, because Vaman Avatar was there. The Supreme Personality Godhead was there, so he granted both the wishes. In the, in the heart, it was the wishes of the, right, and it was both, granted. And finally she was liberated and gone as a mother, right? She is as a mother in the Golok Vrindavan. So like that, like that, the wishes are fulfilled, right? But all were liberated, right? So this is the effect of bhakti. Everyone is liberated, right? Not only you, your family, whole family will go, 21 generation forward and before also. So he's, and it will increase in the, so as a demonic person, what he's saying, so much is mine now, and it will increase in the future more and more. He is my enemy, and I have killed him, and my mother enemy will also be killed. I am the Lord of everything, right? I am the enjoyer, right? I am perfect, powerful, and happy. I am the richest man, surrounded by aristocratic relatives. There is none so powerful and happy as I am. I shall perform sacrifices. I shall give some charity, and thus I shall rejoice. Ahankara vimoohatma kartamiti manate, right? This is the situation of a demonic nature. In this way, such persons are deluded by ignorance. Just ignorance is there. Thus, perplexed by various anxieties and bound by a network of illusions, one becomes too strongly attached to sense enjoyment and falls down to hell. Right? Bewildered by false ego, strength, pride, lust, and anger, the demon becomes envious of the Supreme Personality Godhead. Right? We continue to be cultivating demonic nature. What will happen? We'll become envious. Where will we go? We will come to the Bhuloka itself, who is situated in his own body and in the bodies of others and blasphemes against the real religion. We'll go to the Bhuloka or more down below, right? So this is the situation, right? So 16.90. Those who are envious and mischievous, who are the lowest among men, are cast by me into the ocean of material existence, into the various demonic species of life, right? Here is the answer why you are here. Right now, we do need to contemplate how much envious we are and what to do about it. How much mischievous are we are, and how to get out this ocean of mental existence. Right? So Krishna has also given the solution. Attaining repeated birth among the species of demonic life, such persons can never approach me. Right? If you are cultivating demonic life, what will happen? He you want to go away. Okay, go away, go away, go away. Right? It will be the grant wish will be granted again and again. Right? He will go away, away, and right ultimately to the patal. Gradually, they sink down to the most abominable type of existence. त्रिविधम नरक्षेदम द्वारम नाशनम आत्मनः कर्म क्रोधस्तथा लोभः तस्मादेतत्त्रयं जयते त्यजेत. There are the three gates leading to this hell. How we enter through the hell? Through lust, anger, and greed. Let's cultivate these three and let's enter to the hell. Right? This is what happens to for the hell. You want to go? No worry. You cultivate lust. We cultivate anger. We cultivate greed. Right? What will happen to us? We'll go to hell. So let's not cultivate, right? So the three gates we don't want to enter these gates, right? Because we don't want to nurture these qualities, right? Every sane man should give this up or they lead to the degradation of soul, right? So, you want to kill your soul. So one must, you want to kill your soul, then you need to cultivate these three. You don't want to cultivate soul, right? So we not need to cultivate lust, greed, and anger. We need to stay away from it. So, the Shasana had the lust towards Draupadi, Duryodhana, right? Anger towards Pandavas, had greed towards the kingdom of Hastinapur, right? He had the lust, he had the anger, and he had the greed of Hastinapur, right? The society, so take away from this is the society has been deteriorating from millions of years, right? Millions of years, society itself is degrading, right? From past few thousand years, the rate of deterioration has steeply risen, right? It is steeply rising. You can see in the news itself. Right? So we are attracted to vices, we are attracted to vices are repelled by virtues in Kali Yuga, right? A temple might not turn a single head, right? But this car is accident will stop and we will stop and see what has happened, what has happened. Right? But the temple is saying Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Nam, Hare Nam, Hare Nam, Kevalam, Kalam Nastiva, Nastiva Gatiranyata, right? It has been said, right? But one is not chanting. So this is what media feeds on. We like garbage, hence they serve us that, right? We like to, how this Instagram and Facebook is getting is getting the money from. It's because of us, because we are paying too much attention to that, right? Too much attention is being paid on that. You are too much into the one is too much into the Instagram, too much into Facebook, too much into whatever social sites are there, right? Because we are attracted to that. That's why the world is learning like that, right? So it is feeding on you, it's feeding on you, it's feeding on your time. The Maya is feeding on your time, right? It doesn't want you to leave this place. The Maya doesn't want you to leave this. You leave here because you have to purify yourself. 16.22. The man who has escaped these three gates of hell, right? One is to just escape these three gates of hell, right? It will gradually. O son of Kunti performs acts conducive to self-relation and thus gradually attains the supreme destination, right? One, because we are trying, we are trying to, we escape from these three gates of hell, right? And then what we do, if we are not doing those three, then we will do something good, right? Something conducive. Then conducive to what? Conducive to self-realization, right? Knowing the soul that you are not the body or the soul, then the Paramatma, then the Bhagwan relation, and thus gradually attains the supreme destination. It is a gradual process, right? So what is the success? Falling down or rising up, right? Anyone can tell? Hare Krishna. Can anyone tell which is better, falling down or rising up?
Rising up, Prabhuji.
Hari bol, Mataji. Which of those two take efforts? Which will have been, which will take some efforts?
Rising up.
Yes, we need to, we need to start the, climbing up the staircase. Then that will take some efforts, right? So that efforts, that karmas are needed. Where are more people found in the falling, in the or rising up? Where are more people there? Going down or up? What is the
Rising up
tendency?
will be more, Prabhuji, success.
Where but people are more found? Where one wants to go?
Everybody does not take equal efforts to climb, so there are many who are following them also.
Yes, because human
It's
nature or
easy.
desires are just because of desire we are here, right? So what happens to the human effort now? Because you if you take an example of just take an example of some river, okay? What happens, some impediments come into the way of the river. What a river takes another path. Similarly is is the nature of the human, right? What it does, wherever is the less effort is there, it will go there, right? But the thing is that the thing is the human nature is that but because you are trying to cultivate the demonic nature, ultimately it will at the end it will be poison, right? We will go down and down. But if you try to if you make some effort, what will happen? At the end you will have you will have nectar, you will have nectar at the end. So which has better outcome? Rising up is the
Obviously,
has
rising.
always the better outcome, right? So यह शास्त्र विधिं मुत्सृज्य वर्तते कामकारता न स सिद्धिम् आवाप्नोति न सुखं न परम गतिम्. But he who, but he who discards scriptural injunctions and acts according to his own whims attains neither perfection nor happiness nor the supreme destination. Right? If we say that okay, as per my experience, I am doing this. As per my experience, I am doing this. Then already you are first demonic person, that you are not following scripture. Secondly, you are following yourself only as per your will. What will happen? You will end up in the animal kingdom, or you go down, right? So as per your will, if one does, then what happens? This all happens. So illicit sex, gambling, meat eating, intoxication, one does as per your whims, and at the end you have the real poison, right? Your kidneys is destroyed, right? Your life is your relationships are destroyed, right? Everything is there is destroyed at the end. तस्माच्चास्त्रं परमानं ते कार्यकर्याव्यवस्थितौ ज्ञात्वा शास्त्रविधानोक्तं कर्म कर्तुम् इहर्षसि. One should understand what is duty and what is not duty by regulations of scriptures, right? One should try to read scriptures, right? One should know what this is this my duty, is this not my duty? Knowing such rules and regulations, one should act so that he may gradually be elevated, right? So we all have demons inside us, right? Like Kamsa, Shishupala, they were all envious of the Lord, right? Etc. How to overcome it? Through chanting of the Hare Krishna Maha right? So this is a flow chart. Just keep your mind in this flow chart. Do you have a problem in life? Yes. Can you do something about it? Yes. Then why worry, right? Then there is nothing to worry. If you cannot do something about it, then also not to worry, right? Because it's been done by whom? The supreme personality, the will of the supreme personality, you got it, right? If you don't have any problem, then there is no worry, right? So if you chant Hare Krishna Maha Mantra, then you know. If you read scriptures, then you know, right? So lust, anger, as well as greed pays to self-destruction, right? This is our life lesson. So we have to control them through devotional service, right? If you have lust, anger, and greed, not to worry. Have lust for the Krishna. Have lust for have lust for Krishna. Have have anger for the in the service of the devotional service, right? Have greed for Krishna. How to give him more? How to give him more? How to give him more? What can I give? What can I give? What can I give? Right? Have all the three, right? Just through control them through devotional service, right? Everyone has a choice, right? Perform acts for self-realization, right? Everyone has a choice. Perform acts for self-realization, follows the scripture, escapes the gates, attain the supreme destination. Or you can reject the scripture, act whimsically, be miserable, and degrades to the lower planets and the animal kingdom, right? That we have our choices, right? The choice is the will is given, right? The desire you can make, right? There is nothing stopping you from that. No one, God is not stopping you to take alcohol. Drink, okay, drink, nothing is there. Whatever you till the life you can drink, you might drink. The passenger soul, there is, this we see in the previous also, that there are five senses, right? One knowledge acquiring senses. Through this and the mind, right? Then the sixth sense is the mind. Mana sanstani indrani prakriti ka akashati, right? So driver, there is the driver, the intelligence. The ropes are the mind, right? So driver intelligence and the soul is the passenger soul, right? The importance of the holy name, more merciful than Krishna himself, right? The holy name is more merciful than Krishna himself, right? He is saying that one cultivating this, so he goes there, who goes there. But Hare Krishna Mahamantra is so powerful that even we demonic nature persons are also, chanting the Hare Krishna Mahamantra and we are getting purified. So it is more merciful, right? So holy name is the only way out of the material world. Over the years, we lost track in our journey of holy name. Right? So we need to do how to do chanting. We earlier also thought about it. First preparation must be done, right? That we need to chant, calm our mind, correct posture, sitting straight, right, and correct pronunciation. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Protection should be there. That yes, we need to think that whatever environment we have in a correct place we are chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra with the devotees, or in a place at where our mind is good, in a mandir, right? Prayerful mood, one should be have some one should be prayer in a prayerful mood, right? We are asking the mercy of the Lord to purify us. Preparation, right? Night before, we start with the night before. You give up rice and eating heavy foods at night, right? You do that and sleep early. What happens? You will wake up early, right? Start chanting very early in the morning, right? Either with devotees, Tulsi Devi, or in a place free from disturbance, right? Protection from distractions, right? Mobile phone should not be there. Allow inattentiveness, right? Should not be there, right? Association of good chanters, not sleeping devotees, right? One is chanting Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. That should not be done, right? One should be attentive, right? Chant with the good devotees, right? Good devotees, right? Fixed hours for chant rounds, right? Fixed hours for rounds, right? You have your 2 hours, your 10 minutes should be fixed, right? This is my 10 minutes. Nothing should come in between like that, right? I will not go anywhere. This 10 minutes is only for purifying myself, right? For me. So posture, aligning the body, aligning chanting techniques, sits properly. Yoga Shastras proclaim that sitting straight facilitates concentration, right? Right posture makes the mind calm. If you feel sleepy, don't surrender to it. Stand up, do pranayam, walk, stand, all right? These things all you can do. Many experts are in sleeping, right? By the practice of good posture, the body becomes disease-free, right? Firm and efficient, right? So from the aligning the mind, one should 5-6 minute japa, 8-10 minutes, right? You need to see that your japa is correct. Just if you Namaste Prabhuji also tells, just record it, just record it and you hear how you are chanting. You will know that, is my speed good, or, it is, if I am not chanting, clearly. So chant without interruption. Once in Los Angeles, disciples asked Srila Prabhupada, what would please him most? Chant 16 rounds of japa at one sitting without interruption, said Srila Prabhupada, right? So, this is, he please, it is being pleased. So, if you want to please the Guru, then follow this. So many times this chanting, it is not so nice, it's slurred, it's unclear. No, we are not trying to be fast. We want to hear, we should worship the holy name when we utter it. We should worship the holy name. So, we should be attentive because it's Krishna, the Supreme Person. We are addressing no one else, he's saying, right? So, we should be conscious of that holy name on our lips and hear as carefully as we can, right? We should be conscious what you are saying is the holy name of the Lord. If you are, then the nectar will come, then the taste will develop, right? Prayerful mood, aligning the heart, right? Chant with Sambandha and Prayojana. Sambandha is, right? We are the eternal submitter of the Lord. Prayojana is the Krishna itself, right? So while chanting, meditate on meaning of the holy names. Hare means energy of the Lord. Krishna means supreme personality of Godhead, revealed by the previous acharyas, right? Some prayers aspires you could be celebrated, right? Cut the tendency to recall events from yesterday, last week, or the year before, right? The bird of the mind flies on two wings, right? It is like you are flying everywhere, right? So cut off the wings. Just keep concentrating on that. Mood chant with a feeling of longing for Krishna, hankering for Krishna, and crying for Krishna. Right? This chanting exactly like the genuine cry for a child for its mother's presence. We are like child, right? We are calling the mother. Please come. Right? Please come, right? It's over, right? We are in full misery place, right? Miserable place, right? Dukhalema Shashvatam. So conclusion, there is no difference between chanting of Hare Krishna Mahamantra and meeting Krishna eye to eye. Right? This is, this is our Acharya, founder Acharya saying that there is no difference between, chanting of Hare Krishna Mahamantra and meeting Krishna eye to eye, right? Meeting face to face. There is no difference. Simply one has to realize, right? One has to realize that you are chanting holy name of the Lord. He is there now, right? So the more you become purified by chanting this Hare Krishna Mahamantra, you see Krishna face to face. People are asking, can you show me God? You see God. Simply prepare your eyes, simply prepare your ears. You will be hearing, you will be by hearing, right? We are not prepared, that's why he is not there, right? So we learned how to chant Hare Krishna Maha Mantra. First we start, with the Panchatattva mantra. Shri Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Prabhu Nityananda, Shri Advait, Kadadhar, Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Then we start Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Right. This is all. Now we will start 17th chapter also. Yes. Wait a minute. Okay, any questions on this? And let's wind up in another 30 minutes with next chapter also. So chapter 17, right? We will do this also. So then tomorrow is last class. Shraddhatraya Vibhaga Yoga, chapter 17, the three divisions of faith, right? What, now Arjuna is basically into what kinds of faith are, there, how to do charity, what kinds of different faiths one have. This is the question. So first he will tell the principle. What is the principle behind various faiths, right? How, because if someone is not having faith, what will happen? Right? If someone is not having faith, but he is still doing something, what is being happening? What is being happening behind, behind everything, right? One is atheistic, but he is doing some good works also, doing that. And what is the principle behind it? How we will get the karma, right? Aspects of lifestyle. What are the various aspects of life, right? Lifestyles, and the conclusion, right? So the chapter 16 explains the divine qualities that elevate one on the tree and leads ultimately to liberation, right? In the chapter 16 we learned that. And chapter 16 also explains the demonic qualities and the mentality which drives from the lower tree and ultimately to hell, right? And Krishna in chapter 6 establishes that faithful followers of Shastra are divine and that faithless one are the demoniac, right? These are the two types of, basically available. And this one is, faithful, and one is, one has divine qualities, one is having demonic qualities, right? But into which category does the man fit who follows with faith something other than Shastra, right? One is following something other than Shastra, right? But he's having some faith. So is he in goodness? Is he in passion, right? Is in goodness, passion, ignorance, right? In which faith he is in, where is he situated in the banyan tree, right? So Arjuna is inquiring about unauthorized worship, right? One is doing unauthorized worship, right? Different devas are there or something, right? Some faith is there, then something into nature and something all. So Lord Krishna answers the three modes determine one's faith and worship, right? He basically, he says that the faith is also determined on the basis of three modes of material nature, right? The three modes determine one's faith. Foods, in the foods, different kinds of foods he once eat, that is also divided into three modes. Sacrifices also divided into three modes, right? Austerity is also divided into three modes. And penance, penance is also divided into three modes. Charity is divided into three modes, right? And the conclusion, Om Tat Sat, sacrifice, charity, austerity should be offered to the Supreme, Bhoktaram Yajna Tapasan, right? So Arjuna said, Oh Krishna, what is the situation of one who does not follow the principles of scripture but worships according to his own imagination? Some imagination is made, right? Something is made and he's, started worshipping, right? Is he in goodness, in passion, ignorance? You take, take, one Shila, you paint it red, you start worshipping, right? You start worshipping it, right? Some imagination, he say some imagination thing. Yeah, is there a devotee in that, or just some, just for some benefit, right? So is in goodness, passion, or ignorance, that will be told, right? Sri Bhagwan Uvacha Trividha Bhavati Shraddha Dehinam Sa Swabhavaja Satviki Rajasi Chaiva Tamasi Cheti Tam Shanu. He is now there Tam Shanu. Now hear about this, right? Supreme Lord said, according to the modes of nature acquired by the embodied soul, one's faith can be of three kinds: goodness, passion, ignorance. One's faith can also be declined, right? So, here is the, good, this circle is given, right? So, according to one's existence under various modes of nature, one involves a particular kind of faith. The living being is said to be of particular faith according to the modes he has acquired, right? What kind of modes we have acquired, that can be done. So, Bhakta, Bhakta is having a Sattva, Sattva mode. He will elevate to the Shuddha Rama, then he will elevate to Bhakti, then the Prema, then Krishna, right? Karmi has having a Rajas mode, then he will, he will do karma, then he will go after the kama, lusty desires and all the desire, and he will end as, in the basically he will, by that fruitive action of pious activities, he may go to the Swarga Loka, right? And have one having a, another there Gyani is getting the sattva. He is basically cultivating knowledge, right? Spiritual knowledge is cultivating. He will have the mukti, the yoga ladder. He will and the dhyana yoga ladder. He will go into that, and he will make mukti. He will know the Brahman, and he will the Gyani. So this is the sattva, the rajas, and sattva. These the bhakta, the karmi, and Gyani, how they reach basically the Krishna. Or the bhakta reaches the Krishna, else the karmi reaches the swarga loka at max, by cultivating, doing all that, and and the gyani may reach at the brahman stage, but bhakta reaches where he reaches the eternal abode, right? The aspects of lifestyle we will now done that. What, three modes can be divided into: what kind of faith and worship is having, what kind of food he has, what kind of rituals he do, what kind of conduct he is having, what kind of speech he is having, what kind of mind control he is having, what kind of discrimination and charity he is having. So Vibhishan, Ravana, and Kumbhakarna, right? Basically the three brothers, right? So Ravana, the best example is given here, right? So Ravana asked for immortality when Brahma said it is not possible. Ravana then asked for invincibility and immunity from all devata, right? Rakshasa, right? Demons, right? Heavy spirits, serpents, and wild beasts. He, however, did not include humans in his prayer, right? No, this is the austerity done, but all into the not as a devotee, right? Kumkaran wanted to ask for Indrasana, the throne of Indra, but ended up asking for Nidrasana, right? Just because of stupidity, right? Just because of stupidity, and instead of asking of Nirdevatam, non-existence of God or Devatas, he asked for Nidravatam, right? Continuous sleep. The boon was granted. It was then that Kumbhakarna realized his mistake and requested Lord Brahma to undo the boon. But once granted, the boon could not be reversed. Hence, Kumbhakarna slept for 6 months, and when he woke up, he would eat to his full for a day, but again go back to sleep for the next 6 months. Vibhishana was an unusual Rakshasa. He revered dharma, righteousness. Vibhishana thus prayed that he always uphold dharma, and Brahma granted his prayer, right? So the tamasic person, the rajasic person, and the Vibhishana, basically, the sattvic person is giving here. So we are a sum total of various choices we make, right? Whatever choices we are we making in goodness? Are we making in Rajasic? And are we making in Tamoguni, right? No, what of goodness, passion, ignorance, what we are doing, it's up to us. Ajanti Satvika Devan Yaksha Rakshashmi Rajasa Pretan Bhuta Ganam Shanye Jajante Tamasa Jnana. When in the mode of goodness, worship the demigods, right? Mode of goodness, worship the demigods. And they are worshiping, right? Those in the mode of passion worship the demons, right? Out of just to gain something, they want to worship them, right? Just to gain something. Those in the mode of ignorance worship ghosts and spirits, right? Some negative powers they want, right? So this is, these are the pictures, some, something, some dev in the, even near the our ISKCON Mangaluru temple, there's also some dev, the Sarp dev is there, the basically comes into one person, and they worship them. Then they ask for these all this stuff, that my my money is, robbed. This person is, not behaving good with me. That's something like that, right? All these the question are they have to ask answers, they get this. But all, nothing devotion is there. No devotion is there. So one worship, worship one who worship whom the destiny is given here. The Krishna who worship Krishna goes to the Vaikuntha of Krishna Loka, right? No desire, then due to the if there is small, very minute desire, then you go to the Vaikuntha, right? You love Krishna, but you very small desire is there, then you go to the first to the Vaikuntha. Then if you no desire is just to serve the Lord, you go directly to the Krishna Loka. Demigods, the one who worship demigods go to the heaven, right? One who worship the demons go to the hell, right? Ghosts and spirits, ghostly planets. The supreme is one being Shuddha Sattva, right? Shuddha Sattva. Our Sattva is also, one is getting the mode of goodness, it's also not Shuddha Sattva, right? One has to be having Shuddha Sattva, pure, be, very pure, right? Very pure. One has to become a very pure. By definition, how you become pure? Chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantram. Nothing more, nothing, no other processes, very easy process, right? Reading scriptures and reading, listening to Bhagavad Gita and Bhagavatam and chanting Hare Krishna. That's all, right? You will definitely cultivate, to do devotion service, and you will get the love of God. That is assured by Krishna himself. So don't get shortchanged. Don't settle for less than you desire. You desire the best. You desire, and you deserve the best. You deserve Krishna, right? Best worship is to worship the Supreme Personality Godhead, Hare Krishna, right? Krishna himself. So why one God, many religion, right? Why various Judaism, Sikhism, Islam, Christianity? Why why all these religions? As the natural instinct is different based on the mode, right? Because you have three modes. Now there you have a mixture of modes, right? All these are due to the our modes only, right? So essential message is the same, right? Essential message is the same, right? The various various messenger came and they what they said, the Father is there, right? I am just the messenger. Father is there. They didn't say that I am the God. The Father is there, right? The Father is there, right? All all the messages, all the in all the religions, the message is the same. There is one Father. Now here Krishna is saying he is the he is the Supreme Personality Godhead. Only in this the Supreme Personality Godhead declares, right? 17.56 Those who undergo severe austerities and penances not recommended in scriptures, performing them out of pride, egoism, lust, and attachment, who are impelled by passion and who torture their body organs as well as the super soul dwelling within are to be known as demons, right? The super soul is watching, you are getting tortured, he is seeing you are getting tortured, you are torturing yourself, Bhasmasura was there, who cut out his, head, cut out his he cut out his hand, giving in the fire. And he said that I will cut down my head, and if you don't come, then Shiva came. Okay, 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 my dear child, okay, what is the issue, what is the issue? He told that, okay, give me a boon. I said, okay, okay, I will give you a boon. And then he said that, okay, I will, if I keep someone, my hand on someone's head, he should be destroyed, right? The next step he took that, okay, I want to now keep my hand on your head only. So no devotion is there. What kind of, what kind of devotion is there? No devotion is there. Just, just a sense gratification only. So foods in the mood of now the food comes. The foods in the mood of goodness increase the duration of life, right? What kind of food we are having, and it's very necessary. So increases the duration of life. That is a mode of goodness. Purifies one's existence and gives strength, health, happiness, and satisfaction, right? These kind, refreshing food. It should be juicy, right? So such nourishing foods are sweet, juicy, and flat, fattening, and palatable. Right? Foods that are too bitter, too sour, salty, right, pungent, dry, and hot are liked by people in modes of gratitude. Too much eating, chilies, you are too much eating, then one is, basically, foods eating in mode of passion only. So such foods cause pain, distress, and disease, right? All the things will come. Food cooked more than 3 hours before being eaten, which is tasteless, stale, putrid, decomposed, and unclean, is food liked by people in the mode of ignorance, right? More than 3 hours is taken, it's stale, decomposed, and clean. All these are mode of ignorance food, right? So what we are having, that is also as per our three modes of materialization, right? The first picture is it's all healthy. Second one, the packed food comes, the packed food, all with the palm oil and all, all coming, various bad consciousness, I would say, right? And the third one is the most worst one, right? Alcohol, all the stale foods, all the preservative foods, right? So you are like, you are what you eat. Yes, it is said, right? It is said. So you get home after a long day and you see this foodstuff on the table, right? You see this foodstuff on the table. What you have, do you eat it or you get groused out of it, right? So it will depend on your consciousness, right? So do you eat it, you or get groused out. Or what if you are famished, right? This was an analogy for lust and love. Same is with the lust. Same is with the love, right? So we are not vegetarians, we are prasadatarians, right? We are not, we just need to have the uchist of the Lord, right? Uchist of the Lord. Uchist of the Lord is when we offer whatever we cook to the Lord, as per, as we don't offer, meat and all, you offer as per, to the Lord, as per the prescribed scriptures, and then you eat, you will be purified, right? You will get purified. Preparing bhoga for Krishna, cooking with good consciousness, right? You are preparing for the Lord, for the King Himself. You are offering to the Supreme Personality of Godhead. You should be cook it very good, right? Offering Krishna with love and devotion. The love and devotion should be there, right? Patram pushpam phalam toyam yoma bhaktya pradakshati tad aham bhakti upartam prayatatmana ashnami. Ashnami prayatatmana, right? So he's saying love and devotion should be there. Whatever you offer, right? The four things, leaf, fruit, flower, or water, whatever you offer with love and devotion, I accept it. So correct mood for offering should be there. Honoring Krishna Prasad, right? You eat Krishna Prasad only. Results of taking Krishna Prasad are, you will be purified. So of sacrifices, of the sacrifice, the food we eat, we read about the food we eat. Now the sacrifices. That sacrifice performed according to duty and to scriptural rules, and with no expectation of reward is of the nature of goodness. No expectation, just to offer it to the Lord. Right? You are chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra, you are doing this sacrifice, right? The yajna is doing, the ears are your yajna kunda. You are chanting, but no desire is there. That is in mood of goodness. If you desire with some something out of it, then it is in a mood of passion, right? So but that sacrifice performed for some material or benefit or performed ostentatiously out of pride is of the nature of passion, right? Same chanting, right? And that sacrifice performed in defiance of scriptural injunctions, right? You do some yagna also, right? Just for the benefit only, right? You are doing for the benefit something, that is a mode of passion only. And that sacrifice performed in the defiance of scriptural injunctions, in which no spiritual food is distributed, no hymns are chanted, and no remunerations are made to the priest, and which is faithless. That sacrifice is of the nature of ignorance, right? No, nothing you offer to to the living entities, to the brahmana or living entities. No hymns are chanted, right? No remunerations are made to the priest. Nothing is there. This is basically faithlessness. This is the story of picture is basically of the Bhasmasura, right? No devotion is there. So sacrifice in different modes are mode out of goodness, out of duty you are doing, and no expectation, you no return you want. Proper time and place, to a worthy person you are doing sacrifice. Mode of passion, if you are doing sacrifice, you expect returns. It is for your enjoyment, it's in grudging mood. Ignorance, it will be done in impure place, the tantric that are doing them. Proper time, unworthy persons. What kind of austerity you do, that also depends, right? On body, speech, and mind, right? What kind of conduct, basically the speech and mind, right? The austerity is basically related to body, speech, and mind. So goodness, passion, ignorance. The Deva Dvija Guru Pragna Pujanam Saucham Arjavam Brahmacharyam Ahimsa Cha Chariram Tapa Uchate. The austerity of body consists in this word, then consists in this worship of the Supreme Lord, the Brahmanas, the spiritual master, and superiors like the father and mother. Cleanliness, simplicity, celibacy, and non-violence are also austerities of the body. So, are you worshipping your Supreme Lord, Brahmana, spiritual master, your superiors like father and mother, yeah, your elders, right? So this is basically in the mode of goodness. You are having cleanliness, simplicity, celibacy, right? Non-violence. You are practicing these. These are the austerities of goodness, right? So no self-harm, no suicide, right? No self-harm, no suicide, right? Self-torture to threaten others or torturing others to get my way, both are detrimental to human part of life. You are killing your soul only. Anudvega karam vakyam satyam priya hitam chayat. What do you speech now is now it is being told, right? Satyam swadhaya bhaya sanam chaiva vanmayam tapa uchate. Austerity of speech consists in speaking truthfully, right? Satyam and beneficially hitam, and in avoiding speech that offends, right? One should avoid that offends someone, right? One should also recite the Vedas regularly, right? Then the goodness, it should be, the speech should be in truth, and it should be pleasing to others, it should be beneficial for others. That only is the speech of the goodness, right? In passion, you are just manipulating someone, you are doing gossip, one is doing as per their selfish needs, that is a mode of passion. In ignorance, you are basically saying lie, just opposite truth, you are basically agitating, just opposite to pleasing, just opposite to beneficial, it will be harming to others. So ignorance, you are one is doing like that side. So what is the best speech? You don't know anything, just sing the glories of the Lord, right? Just sing the glories of the Lord. Apply these sound filters. Is it true? Is it pleasing? Is it beneficial, right? Whenever you speak, are you gossiping about someone, right? Are you gossiping? Are you saying the truth? Or you are just, you have just heard someone and you're just repeating it, right? Is it true or not, right? You said, if you not, don't say anything. If is it pleasing? Is it pleasing? If is it pleasing to someone else, right? Is it pleasing to their soul? Then you say that. Is it beneficial for, is it beneficial, or it will harm? It will harm the relation and all. So you won't speak like that. So these three filters must be applied. So how is the mind, how is the mind acts in the goodness, and the mind is satisfied and content. You are chanting Hare Krishna Maha Mantra, the good satisfaction and content will increase. You are not chanting, then what will happen? Dissatisfaction, anxiousness will increase, right? When one is ignorance, what will happen? Bewilderment and illusion will be there. The ignorance person believes I am the body and does everything for the pleasure of the body, right? The ignorant person is like that. He thinks that he is the body only, right? So what will happen? He will be bewildered because every day the misery is there for the body only, not for the soul. And he will be illusion. And serenity, simplicity, gravity, self-control, purity of thought are the austerities of the mind, right? One is to have serene, one is simple, right? One is to have gravity, one must be grave, one must have, self-control, right? And one must have purity in thoughts, right? Whatever is, you can see, but you have purity in your thoughts, and what will happen? These are the austerities of the mind. So there is a, this is famous, famous story of, Vyasdeva Sukadeva Goswami, his son Sukadeva Goswami. The Vyasdeva running after his son, Putra, since as soon as he is born at 16 years, right? Starts running away as he was born enlightened, right? He was born enlightened in the, in the starting only, Sukadeva Goswami, right? Who is very pure, is the one who explains the Srimad Bhagavatam to Parikshit Maharaj, right? When when he went, when he used to go by the river, the Vyasdeva, when Vyasdeva was there, then all the all the ladies and all the matadis used to cover their body, right. But when out of respect, right. But when Sukdev Goswami, he was very young, he was 16 years old, he was a youth, right? But all the all the matadis didn't cover the they're basically with the clothes, right? Body with the clothes, because they know the purity of the thought, the purity of the heart, the purity of the mind is so much so much pure in Sukdev Goswami that it is not to be done. He will not think anything ill of it, right? So that is the purity, right? In the mind, nothing is coming, right? Only purity. श्रद्धया पारया तप्तं तपस्तत् त्रिविधं न्यारे अपालङ्कशिभिर्युक्ते सात्विकं परिचक्षते. These threefold austerity practiced by men whose aim is not to benefit themselves materially but to please the Supreme is the nature of goodness, right? So what is what is the aim of the austerity in the goodness? One is practiced by one who is not to benefit themselves materially but to please Supreme. Right? This kind of austerity is basically in the mode of goodness. Those ostentatious penances and austerities which are performed in order to gain respect, honor, reverence are said to be in mode of passion. You just see that is this penances and austerity is being done for respect, honor, and reverence, then it is in mode of fashion. They are neither stable nor permanent, it's temporary. Mood agrahane atmana yat pidaya pidaya kriyate tapa parashutashadanartham dva tattamasham udartham. And those penances and austerities which are performed foolishly by means of obstinate self-torture or to destroy or injure others, right? Hiranyakashipu did this and are said to be in mode of ignorance, right? 7.20 दतावयम इति यद्दानम दीयते नपुकर्णे देशे काले च पत्रे च तद्दानम सात्विकम स्मृतम. That gift which is given, charity we will talk about now. That gift which is given out of duty at the proper time and place to a worthy person and without expectation to of return is considered to be charity in the mode of goodness, right? So charity should be done as a with the discrimination, not you have to, you see someone, you give him, some money, some beggar, and he go and buy some alcohol and he drinks, all your money has gone into the sinful activities. This kind of elections are waiting for you, right? But you are spreading the the spreading the glories of the Lord. The best thing is to spread the glories of the Lord. You are doing that, at a proper time and place to a worthy person without expectation of return. Then that is a mode of goodness, right? No expectation, just you are doing but for the to please the Lord. यत्तु प्रयोपकार्था कारार्थां फलमुद्दिश्य वा पुनः दीयते च परिक्लिष्टं तद्दानं राजसंस्मृतं. But charity performed with expectation of some return, right? You are giving charity and showing to everyone else, right? Here is the youth basically taking picture and giving the charity, right? This is all just to gain some honor and all, or with a desire for fruitive results, or in a grudging mood is said to be charity in the mode of passion. अदेशकाले यद्दानम् अप्रेतभ्याश्च दीयते अशकृतम् अवाज्ञातां तत्तामसम् उधरताम्. And charity performed at an improper place and time and given to unworthy persons without respect and with contempt in is charity is in the mode of ignorance, right? So these kind of charity, right? Improper place, given to unworthy person, you are just giving. Just to give, if you give, then there is no discrimination, then that is very bad, right? Help, when someone is saying that youth is there, he can work, go for work, but you are just giving him money, and then he goes and takes a weed. What is the use then, right? So best charity for Krishna conscious endeavors, right? One must one must give for the Krishna conscious endeavor. One is endeavoring for Krishna consciousness, and you give him. It's not like some beggar is coming, he's not eating for days, and you say no, go, first I will teach you Gita. No, show some affection, give him something to eat, and give him something to eat. The affection should be there, right? Then one can start with the Krishna conscious activity. Why? Because one has to save the soul, not the body, right? There is no use of saving the clothes of a drowning man. It is said by Srila Prabhupada, right? So what is the use? You're giving, the affection must be shown, right? The compassion must be shown, because one is a Vaishnava only by having some compassion, humility, right? Then you give, then you try to save the soul. When you do anything for Krishna, Krishna reciprocates, right? Use all the resources to enhance the mission of the Supreme, right? That's the best charity, right? Use all the resources, right? Whatever resources you are having, you try to enhance, enhance the mission of the Supreme. That's the best charity, right? What is the, what is the project of Supreme? That all my child come back to me. This is the mission of the Supreme, right? He doesn't want that you all suffer, right? He doesn't want you all suffer. He's waiting that when he will come to when the bird in the tree will not see the fruits, rather see the Paramatma. He is waiting, and he is waiting. So all the resources should be used, to enhance the utility. The utility is the principle is ISKCON, right? Whatever is there, you use it for the Lord, it becomes transcendental. So not only resources, but also your talents and abilities should be the for the pleasure of the Lord. You know how to make some presentation, make presentation for the Lord, for the preaching. You know how to write best, you write for the Lord, right? To spread the message. So now the conclusion. From the beginning of the creation, the three syllables Om Tat Sat have been used to indicate the supreme absolute truth, Brahman. They were uttered by Brahmanas while chanting Vedic hymns and during sacrifices for the satisfaction of the supreme, right? Om Tat Sat. Om is the Hari. Om Tat Sat is the Om is the himself Hari, right? The supreme personality Godhead, right? Tat is eternal, right? Sat is the absolute truth, right? The significance Om means Vishnu, right? Helps one to remember the Lord. That describes the detached work for the sake of liberation, right? That is eternal, right? Sat, dedicate activity for the pleasure of the Lord and his devotees, right? To the absolute truth, right? Om, from the beginning of creation, right? All the all the mantras is having is starting from the Om only, right? 17.4. Thus, the transcendentalist undertakes sacrifices, charities, and penances, beginning always with Om to attain the Supreme, right? They always start anything with the Om. Om Tad Vishnu Param Padam, right? Rig Veda. Om means Vishnu. It is placed at the beginning of Vedic hymns to indicate the supreme goal, right? You start with the Om because that is the Prayojana. So factually, the transcendental sound Omkara, although combination of three letters A, U, M, has transcendental potency, and one who chants Omkara will very soon realize Omkara and Lord Vishnu to be non-different, right? There is no difference between the Omkar and Lord Vishnu, right? And it is mentioned Chaitanya Charitamrita Adi Lila 7.128, right? Akarinochet Krishna, the letter Akar, right? Refers to Krishna, who is Sarva Lokaika Nayaka, right? Akarinochet Krishna, Sarva Lokaika Nayaka, right? The master of all living entities and planets and material and spiritual. You Karinochet Radha, Ma Karo Jiva Vachaka. The letter U in Kara indicates Srimati Radharani, right? A-U-M, right? Srimati Radha is the pleasure potency of Krishna. And M in the Omkara indicates the living entities, right? So Om is made up of Krishna, Srimati Radharani, the energy, the pleasure potential of the Krishna, right? And the living entities, right? The Om consists everything is in the Om, the Jivas, all the soul, right? This is also mentioned, right? 17.25. One should perform sacrifice, penance, and charity with the word Tat. The purpose of such transcendental activities is to get free from the material entanglement. Tat Tat Tvam Asi. Chandogya Upanishad 6.8.7. Tat describes detached work for the sake of liberation, right? For the sake of liberation, Tat is described. These activities are done with disregard for material results, right? No, no, you don't want anything material, right? It is just for the sake of liberation. So the absolute truth is the objective of devotional sacrifice, right? And it is indicated by the word Sat. These works of sacrifice, of penance, and of charity, true to absolute nature, are performed to please the Supreme Person or Son of Pratap. Sadeva Soumya, right? Sat means eternal. Activities done for the service of the Lord reveal the true spiritual nature. In such activity, the performer of actions become eternal. The activities are aimed at the eternal benefits of the activities are eternal, right? So Sat means eternal. It is, for the eternal. The performer of the actions becomes eternal. The activities are aimed at the eternal, and the benefits are also eternal, right? This bhakti stage, this bhakti is eternal. You start, you will end in the Krishna Prema only. You just start, it will end with Krishna Prema only. 17.28. But sacrifices, austerities, and charities performed without faith in the Supreme are non-permanent. O son of Pratha, regardless of whatever rites are performed, they are called asat and are useless both in this life and the next. Right? So austerities, sacrifice, austerity that is performed without faith, no faith you are having in the Supreme. So those will be material, right? Non-permanent, right? So here we come to the end of the chapter, the Arjuna's inquiry of the what kind of various worship was there. Ye Shastra Vidham Yustrijya. Lord Krishna answers there three modes determine basically what one's faith and worship. Three Vidha Bhavati Shraddha. There are various foods in three modes. Ayu Sattva Bala Yogya. Sacrifice in three modes. Aparakshabhir Yagno. Three kinds of austerities. Pujanam Saucham Arjaram. Charity of three modes. Deshe Kale Cha Patre Cha. Om Tat Sat, the final solution, finally the answer to it. Om Tat Sat, sacrifice, charity, austerity should be offered to the Supreme, right? Iti Nirdesho. This is my instruction. Om Tat Sat, Iti Nirdesho. So here we are cultivating knowledge. The first section was all about karmic activities, how to various dhyana, karma, action platform of knowledge, perfection of actions, by dhyana yoga to please the Lord Krishna, right? Bhakti yoga. And then it ended up in the six chapter 47 shloka. It ended in yoginam api sarvesham madgatanandra atmana shraddhavan vajito yamam samyukta tamomata. That is my opinion, that anyone who abides by me. So that is the best yogi, right? He says that in the sixth chapter. Ends in the Bhakti Yoga. The Bhakti Yoga was all seventh chapter, that how is the who is the absolute, how to attain the supreme, then the confidential knowledge, then the Virat Rupa, then the Bhakti, right? So all the chapters we learned there. Then what is from chapter 13 to 18 we are learning about the Jnana, right? The Jnana, the knowledge, and then the perfection of the Jnana, the Bhakti Yoga. How to Bhakta, how does a Bhakta, basically does all the things, right? So these are the sections, various. Okay, we'll start with this one from tomorrow, so that we will revise once, and then we will start the chapter 18th. Okay. Hare Krishna. Any questions? Mataji, you are mute. You are on mute. Hare Krishna. Yeah, Hare Krishna. Mataji, you are still on mute. Mataji, I cannot hear you. Wait a minute. Voice is not coming. I don't know why. Why is it coming to anyone else or not coming to me only?
No, Prabhuji. No, Prabhuji. Could not hear.
Okay, Mataji. Mataji, you may type on the, I guess, the chat box. Mataji, the fasting we are doing is not for some beneficial, right? It is benefits, right? It is just for, just, we can skip the timing that we engage ourselves in the eating and making the food preparation. And we just dedicate at that point of time to the service of the Lord, to chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra, right? That is the basic purpose of fasting. If we are not remembering in the Lord and we are doing fasting, then where is the devotion? It is similar to the Bhasmasura only. We are making austerity, that is okay. That is, austerity is there, penances are there, he is getting the boon also. Yes, you keep on the, benefits are getting out of it. But what does Krishna wants? He wants devotion, right? So, whatever, whatever faith, as per the, your capacity is there, fasting should be like that. And one must remember, right, that I am doing this for you. It is because you are keeping, keep remembering the Lord. In Ekadashi, you can feel after some time on the Ekadashi, the power to connect to Krishna is enhanced. It's enhanced. And the power to connect to Krishna is enhanced. Automatically, it is enhanced. Then the fasting will come automatically, right? You keep, you keep fasting and you start Nirjala and all. It will come automatically, as because the human body adapts. Human body adapts anything, like anything. It will come automatically, and you keep fasting. But just remember the Lord. The basic purpose of fasting is that only, to remember the Lord. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Okay, any else questions? Anyone else?